Basic objective we go for economic self-sufficiency, education for attaining self-reliance, self-respect and self-esteem. Women empowerment, environment conservation and development, community-based value consciousness, reorientation of human values, leadership development, and mainstream. We run two types of programs. A few minutes back, sir was telling us that the generation of fund is the major source of continuation for an NGO. Likewise, we have two types of programs. One program is maintained by our own fund, and the other programs are maintained by the foreign funding or other funding from outside the agency. So we have four basic programs for our own funded programs. Example, spiritual development. We call it Pato Chakra. It takes place once in a week or once in a month or once in a bi-monthly affair. The village people sit together and discuss what about they have or they learn in their religion, not in any particular religion, it may be from any other religion. Whatever good teachings, whatever good learnings there, it is discussed. And the next program is Mother and Child Development Program. It has various wings like for pregnant mothers, prenatal and postnatal care, neonatal care, health education, advice. Solomon Mind, this is also unique for us. It is unique. And next is savings and credit habits. We have gone through a very nice presentation on savings and credit habits, but let's add a single line with this that savings and credit is a cultural tradition in our community also. The outside funded program includes non-formal education, which has several wings here. Sanitation and environment. I have mentioned a few where it's sort of social sanitation campaign, drinking water, has been mentioned here also. Joint forest management, industrial development, forest alternative income generation, solar energy, sanitary waste management. These programs are for women and child development. We have PACE centers, child education centers, child labor education centers. And there are also centers for empowering non-children women. Shavalamban, this is a central government program. Youth development programs like this, vocational education training, entrepreneurship development program, Loksiksha, Shakti, this is a central government run program. Vocational training, URC, training orientation and research center. Community colleges, green colleges. We have two community colleges and two green colleges in the Parishad district for promotion of vocational training. Agricultural based programs, there are several programs. It is run by AGC Agricultural Training Center, it is a state government funding agency. And what we do for our internal resource generation, it is very important for us also. Handicraft training, farm production center, animal husbandry, carpentry, apiary, food processing, herbal and assisted production, agricultural services, all these are done for resource generation. What is our role in implementing these programs? From the inception of our institute in this state, we followed that we have to play three types of role. One is implementer, mere implementer of the program, where the means and the aims of the programs are clearly defined and we have nothing to do with that. And second is collaborator, where the means are open but the aims are defined. And we have very little scope to influence in the state for policy making. And thirdly, we pay as a partner in implementation of program where both means and ends are open. And here we have some say in policy making of our state and of our country also. Likewise, we have become and we are members of many committees for state government and central government also. Our approach involves involvement, participation, collaboration and partnership. Strengths, what we feel, acceptability. We have acceptability all over the state and in the country also. Skill, we have a very good network of skill. Transparency, we take spite of it. Fellow feeling, we consider everyone and our every step of action should be guided by this principle, by the people, for the people, of the people, and network. Major concerns, we generally avoid these types of programs. If there is any chance, we avoid this. Our participation in national level and state level, I have mentioned a few here, like membership, planning commission, EGC, and twice. We receive funds from different agencies. Basically, you can classify it in 3 types. 1, government funding, number 2, foreign funding, and number 3, private funding. Number 4, corporate funding also. Networking, apart from we receive funds, apart from we receive technical resources, we have developed a network that twice mentioned here. This is in relation to our exposure to students, community of our country and abroad. And this depicts the nature of fund utilization. It is very difficult to isolate each sector-wise funding because very often it overlaps one sector with the other. But the major tendency is still now for poverty use of the major fund is for poverty alleviation. These funds for revival of social cultural values. This is my appeal to you, suggestion of recommend for intervention if there is any. How to reach Archive and Output. It is not so far from there, so you can reach that easily. Whom you should contact, my name is Shakti Halder, and our candidate is here on his mom. You can contact all of us. Here are some glimpses of our activities to photograph, visual presentation, like this is a group making, training going on. Solid plates making, adult education center, vaccination training going on for poultry, rope making with Java grass, a kind of grass, bamboo basket making, agriculture, usually maintained by men folk of our country, but nowadays the payment of they are also coming in our agriculture, and Asia has been awarded the issue of the award of the block. Basketry making, how, what conditions, and how people works in rural resolve. Organic farming, mango dairy from lakh products, and addition of lakh products, medicines from herbal products. This is a herbal products. Fossil cultivation, perhaps you know the kind of seed it is. Dealing the area concept, we have planted 40,000 mango and 30,000 cashew plants on 1,000 acres of barren land. Look, we want people smiling in this way. This is a small family, but all are smiling and we may have more. Thank you very much.
I'd like a few remarks, which you should connect, because we are talking about managing organization. What has held this organization together? Of course, what he didn't say, or because of paucity of time, the Ramakrishina mission started in the 1890s. Okay? We're talking of an organization that is more than 120 years old. 100 years. And however, the Loksiksha Parishad, which he represents, the wing of empowerment, is only since 1952. But what holds the organization together, remember, it's an ethos of Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. And that permeates, so they have a large body of monks. So therefore, workforce who are, in their minds, in their hearts, in their lives, they are, following that particular ethos. So therefore, there's a core body of people who are heading the various units. Everybody else can be a joint director. You must have noticed what he said. The director is a monk. The monk has pledged his life to the cause. Why I want to draw this instance is, if you remember Arvind Eye Hospital, there's something the gentleman said, or it was there in the video, 32 doctors across 3 generations of one family. So to hold the organizational continuity, you need a body of people who are dedicated. Either it has to be the same family, like Annapurna Parivar or Arvind Eye Hospital, or it has to be some other religious or some other kind of thing that holds this body together. Finally, it has to be a family, right? So that is a very important thing. Secondly, where does the funding come from? Central funding and state funding comes for 2 reasons. One is the huge respect in which Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda held across the country in India, which inspires people right from governments across political colors, whether it is state government, central government, people across all religions, because they believe in the unity of religion. So that is one whole huge thing for government to give that money. Second is huge organizational resources of Ramakrishna Mission. Their legal cell, their financial cell, all these are extremely savvy in a worldly sense. That means they know how to apply for a grant, how to lobby for a grant, how to get the grant, how to make sure that it gets deployed, how to monitor it. So that entire wherewithal is working behind the programs that are already stated here. Last but not least, a body of hundreds of thousands of followers, adherents to the cause, who each one of them contribute either through individual charity or through their workplace to make this body of work happen. Why am I talking about this? Not only to talk about Ramakrishna Mission. When you set up a social organization, it almost becomes incumbent on you to ensure that in some way or other, through a family, through a club, through a religious thing, through a philosophical kind of thing, to make sure that beyond you that organization survives. But that rarely happens. So many NGOs die because succession has not been either planned or does not happen, and even if it happens, it does not happen in a successful way. Okay? Thank you very, very much. And we now come on the next class is with, I think,